Hello everyone, welcome to soundproofguide.com. In this video, I'll be talking about 7 quiet 2000 watt generators on the market right now. Now, I haven't personally tried every single one of these 7s, but I've done a lot of research, read a lot of reviews, went on Reddit and read a lot of the things that people liked and disliked about these generators and also how loud they actually are. Now, these generators are perfect for camping, for RVing, for small jobs that you don't really want it to be very loud. Now, these generators are so quiet that you can actually have a conversation while sitting just a few feet from the generator. It's not a deafening noise like a lot of the generators on the market today. Of course, these only generate about 2000 watts of power. So I mean, you're not talking about a lot of power, but they are perfect for charging phones, for charging iPads, computers, and even to plug some appliances for it to run. I will have a link for all of these generators in the description below for you to purchase from either Amazon or Home Depot if available. So let's begin with the first one, which is a brand new generator from Champion Power Equipment. Now, I did a full review on this generator with sound test, and here's the link up here somewheres, and you'll find out that it's a very quiet and probably quite reliable generator coming from a company that's as well known as Champion. This generator is a very quiet option running around 55 decibels from 20 feet away. The dual fuel feature makes the generator a tad bigger and heavier. Still, it certainly is worth it because it gives you the ability to run the generator using both gasoline or propane. This is a great feature if you run out of gas and realize you have a propane tank attached to your barbecue ready to use for power. When testing this generator, the noise level while using gasoline and propane were the same while running on a load. However, the noise level was around 5 decibels higher than gasoline while running on no load for propane. This shouldn't be an issue because there's no reason for the generator to be wasting fuel running on no load anyway. Another useful feature is having a large amount of information on the generator while operating. The gas gauge is great, but you also get an hour and minute countdown until it runs out of fuel. The second one is, of course, the Honda EU2000i. Maxing out at right around 2200 watts, this option from Honda is one of the best out there. It is a bestseller online and receives very favorable reviews from anyone who has made the purchase. One of the major reasons why people fall in love with this particular generator is that it does everything the right way. It is very compact, lightweight, making it easy to take virtually anywhere. Having that level of portability is perfect for those who do not want to be limited to one particular area. And basically this goes for all of the non-dual fuel generators. It's quiet, but there are some generators out there that are a little quieter. It starts to get a little noisy when it is working on a higher load. But when sitting around a quarter load, the decibel gets barely above 50 while standing 20 feet away. Honda is a company that has been trusted for years, and they have a number of generators that have been very high selling. They have excellent customer service if something goes wrong, and they are always very eager to troubleshoot with people as well. It's a very reliable option to go with for those who might be looking for a generator for the first time. Do keep in mind that it runs a little more expensive, mostly due to the name. There are some cheaper options further in the video, but some people really enjoy having Honda by their side instead of going with a company that might not be as familiar. There's a lot of pros with this generator, but one of the cons is that, of course, as I just said, it's expensive. So it's really something to think about. If you're only going to use the generator for maybe once in a while or a week, a year, maybe look into something a little bit cheaper. If you are, however, going to use this generator almost every day, then this is a great option because it is reliable. Just a quick pause, if you like this type of content, consider subscribing to my channel. Also, if you have any soundproofing questions, leave me a comment and I will answer all of your questions. Thank you very much. The third generator on the list is the WEN 56125i. Reading online about this particular generator, there's certainly a lot of people who trust WEN, and their 2000 watt portable inverter generator is a perfect solution for those who only need that amount of power. It is known for being one of the quietest on the market, and while it's not the most compact option in the world, it's still lightweight enough to move anywhere. This is a perfect option for anyone who really wants to make sure they keep noise level down as much as possible. Some people have reported that they have experienced measurable noise level at under 50 decibels around 20 feet away. This makes it equivalent to a pretty quiet conversation inside at home if the generator is sitting behind a wall to the outdoor. Most are not going to notice the noise level as long as it is kept at a quarter load. Even when handling a large load, it does not ramp up nearly as loud as other options in this price range. The inverter on this generator minimizes a lot of spikes and drops like all the other inverter on the list, so that it's always a major selling point for those worried about that. All in all, a great option for people that want a generator that just works efficiently. Number 4, the Generac IQ2000. Any generator that has quiet in the name should be able to live up to the billing. The company has done a very good job of producing one of the quietest options out there, and it's at an affordable price that people can get behind as well. Anyone who loves to have as much data as possible when operating a generator is going to be very happy with this option. People can monitor runtime, current wattage, and more very easily. There is a lot of information located on this generator, so people never have to play the guessing game when out and about. Of course, the last thing you'll want to do is have to monitor the generator because there might be something going wrong all the time. This is a very good option to just simply set up and allow things to work out as it should. There are 3 standard settings to set everything to include economy, standard, and turbo. This allows for some of the best fuel efficiency, but things can also be tweaked a bit for a more customized fit. Since it is rather small, it is nice to have it set up for the fact that it's parallel ready. That means if you want to bring another generator on and use it as part of a dual setup, it's very easy to do so. It has a very similar look to any of the WEN models, so do keep that in mind at first glance. The companies share in a lot of similarities beyond their look and color. All in all, this is a great option for those who want to stay under budget and have something that is pretty easy to use. The next one is the Atima AY2000i. At first glance, this does not really seem like the same as all the other portable generators out there. This is one of the lightest weighted options out there, making it very portable and capable of going in certain situations. Beyond its looks, it's also something that provides quite a bit of value. The brand might not seem that recognizable at first, but it's powered by a Yamaha engine, which is one of the most consistent options out there for people who knows a lot about generators. Like a lot of smaller options, the company has a goal of making things as easy as possible for first-time users. This might be the first generator anyone has ever used in their lives, so it is obviously worth putting some extra time to get everything situated. The level of sound are about what you would expect in this price range, as decibel levels only get to about 52 at a steady usage. It does pick up in noise level a bit when the load increases, but it still does as much as possible to control everything. The 1-gallon tank can operate very well for a while, so there's not really that much focus on getting something bigger than this if it handles everything just fine. Most people are shopping in this range for a specific reason, and anything bigger is going to be that much more cumbersome to carry around. Not everyone is going to care that much about how a generator actually looks, but the Atima does a great job of doing as much as possible to make this stand out in the crowd. There are different versions of this generator, including a camo version for those who are going to spend a lot of time outside. Number 6 is the Yamaha EF2000i. The last generator I just talked about may have a Yamaha engine inside, but some people will want the actual generator from the company as well. For those who might want to spend a little bit more time and not have to worry about looks, Yamaha has this option for people to consider. Some people will like the retro look that this generator has, and it certainly stands out in pretty crowded fields. However, no one is going to be that impressed with how a generator looks if it's not performing at a high level as well. The one great thing about this generator, it has a little bit more fuel capacity, which helps things last a little longer as well. 1.1 gallon might not seem like that much of a difference compared to the standard 1 gallon gas tank, but it does extend the life, even if it's operated at a quarter load or lower. The design is retro inspired, but that does not mean that data is limited. In fact, that is all the information one could hope for, allowing close monitoring of everything so that it operates as it should. Even outside the world of generators, everyone knows about Yamaha. They have done a good job over the years providing quality products, and this is no different. The fact that it has added muffler and spark arresters is only going to make it quieter than the competition. It ranks very highly in quietness, and high quality parts means that it will last longer as well. And the last generator on this list is from Briggs Stratton. A cheap option that many people will gravitate towards initially. It's one of the best values out there for anyone needing some power. It might not be the quietest or the most efficient, but there are always some trade-offs required with anything. The first thing people will notice of this generator is that it has a bit of a bulky look and feel overall. It's still more than portable enough for the majority of people, but it's still more cumbersome than some people would want. The power is nice, going up to 2200 watts, but most people are going to stay around 500 watts for a pretty standard load. It can run for about 7 hours at this level, which is good enough for most. As far as emissions are concerned, it's one that does not live up to the standards in the state of California. Keep that in mind when purchasing, because it goes to show what shortcuts Briggs & Stratton has to make in order to bring this to life. So what else will you need to sacrifice for the cheap price? There is no fuel indicator, and overall efficiency takes just a little bit of a hit. It's not too much for most people, but do keep that in mind. Despite some weaknesses, people should buy with plenty of confidence since it does come with a 2-year warranty at least. The engine is pretty robust, and there's reasons why it has some great reviews online. There are quieter options out there, but this one continues to be a top seller nonetheless. Well, there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this type of content. And thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment down below. Let me know which generator you own or which one you're more gravitating towards to buy. And if you do have some on this list and you have some pros and cons to let all of us know, please do so. Thank you.